Welcome back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 19 of our Jade Court Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here for the defense of the Maw Gate. Grimgor Ironhide brings his Wa to our gates, and it's up to us to hold the line. He's got a pretty large army coming in for himself, and then his Wa force is filled to the brim with black orcs, so we have our work cut out for us. As you can see, we've kind of got a bit of a defensive setup where we're going to focus the majority of our troopers here in this position. I'm actually going to grab one of these spear lads and keep them in for behind, just in case. We will retreat quickly out of this position. Actually, I'm going to take these spearmen and put them over here. We will retreat quickly out of this position if we need to. I've got a couple of cavalry up front to be scouts, and then we're going to use our cavalry on this side to crush these couple orc boys, then try to circle their way around and deal some damage over here before that group can rejoin the main force. We shall see. Last thing I want to do is put in a tower here. That way we can go for the upgrade later on, but it'll be firing the entire time over here at Grimgor's boys. Let it begin. Alright, so first things first, cavalry. Go smash these orc boys. Looks like there's an additional units in there. Is that just the nasty skulkers or those night goblins? A couple units of boys. Let's actually go after, switch targets, go after the main troopers. Oh, those guys got annihilated. Rest in peace, Crowman. Doesn't go well at all. You're being fired on by the orc air boys. Tempted to just try to chase them down. Peasant horsemen might not do great against them. Let's get these Crowmen away from this nonsense. Halberdiers hold the line. We'll have the Jade Warriors come over if we need. Crowmen, get up and in the air away from there. Or maybe not. Over on the other side, the first force is smashed into our Halberdiers and isn't doing it all that well. They're doing the old final fight against the Night King thing where they just sent their cavalry in first. Grand strategy. We could then just go for a normal cast of metal bombardment in the middle of these guys here. We can get our rifles to focus fire Grimgor, that'd be awesome. They may not be able to. If they continue to move up, we're gonna have to go ahead and fall back just a bit. Peasant horsemen got wiped out, but that's just fine. Our cavalry is, well, they did a very good job, so let's pull back, let the lion come back in and kind of keep doing some damage. And then we'll let the cavalry smash back in after they've reset their charge bonus. Go on back in and do some damage. We'll send this crossbow team out to try to get some work as well. Looks like they are capturing zone. Let's see if we can get cannons to work on them. Both cannon teams turn to fire on those trolls if you can. Meanwhile, back on the anti-Grimgor forces. They're doing pretty well, actually. You fire on Grimgor. Let's drop in some more metal spells here on for an overcast version. I mean, you guys are winning. The Biggins are holding the lines. Let's go ahead and pull away from here. Smash into the next group of night goblins, and then we'll let the Biggins come in and get ripped to shreds. Halberdiers, go ahead and come outside the walls there. Spearmen hold the line here. Let's see what the enemy's up to. Here comes the reinforcements. Not gonna worry about them just yet. Grimgor is slicing his way through our lines. We have all of our crossbows focus him instead. Bit of a long shot. He is cutting his way through our lines. His boys are fairly dealt with. Let's drop one more metal spell, and we'll send her up and around. Roman, you come on in as well. We'll need you to help jump groups of orcs that are surviving here. I said they keep focusing those trolls, so there's nothing left. Cavalry, let's bring you out and around. We'll have the Celestial Lion slow everything down so they can hopefully escape. As a horseman, you guys come back on in and just to be a nuisance. They're starting to maneuver their own units around, so let's go ahead and grab these Jade Warriors just to intercept. perfect. We can use our cavalry to come around and wipe out any of the vestiges of remaining troopers there. Oh, those are confident goblins, are they? Not for long. Cannons, go ahead and blast apart these arrow boys, and you do the same with the group behind them. Rain death. Meanwhile, Grimgor is being Grimgor. You pretty much can't stop him. Cavalry just form up here. We'll let the crossbows do some damage on any lads that actually make it in. We'll spread these halberdiers apart just a little bit there. Probably prefer to get them back, but let's set up some explosive towers here. Roman plus Lion should pretty easily deal with those goblins, although they seem to be a bit confused on their attack order. I got some loud neighbors rolling in, so I'll be trying to be very quick with the mute button. We'll see how fast I am. Crossbows doing their thing. Let's make sure halberdiers are ready to go. Grimgor is a nightmare, isn't he? Now that they can actually fire on him, though. I can't have him hold him up even for a moment. He'll get destroyed. You warriors turn back around. Try to help your lads out. Bring him down. Give him one charge here. Hopefully you don't get hit back. There he goes. He's fleeing. Let's get our archers to turn and help out with the main force coming in now. Those goblins are dealt with, but now our Jade Warriors are going to turn and throw down with these Orc boys. Crows and Lion will move in to help. You guys come also up and around. We'll have our Jade Lances go chase him. Beautiful stuff. Alright, everyone here, let's go ahead and readjust our lines. We will set up. These just give us more range. That's actually not a bad call. Warriors, you get in there as well. What are you up to? Very strange battle strategies for the AI here. Oh, they're actually getting some good shots on our cannons. You guys go ahead and pull back. We'll have the spearmen go down and engage them where they can. No reason to lose cannons to archers as we are. Fall of Grimgor is exactly what we needed. Let's go ahead and have you move in and get ready to flank the main force. We'll go crossbows. Set up in waves. Jade Warriors that aren't actually fighting right now. Turn back around and do some damage. Cannons could actually get some really good shots if we set them up here. Similar to what our crossbows are up to now. Let's get rifles up the hill. Because we've dealt with the flanking force already, but they are sitting another pretty large group wide. You spearmen move up to... Honestly, we've got this pretty well locked in. Go tier 2 piercing tower here. And we'll take a look at some of the fighting. The Jade Legions versus the boys. I mean, these halberds, you just keep them at arm's length. Just keep giving them the poke till they fall over. Where's my metal mage? We'll use her overcast spells here and get some serious damage. Doom is upon you. We're gonna try to push through our lines, but our Jade Warriors are hardened. Orcs think they're hard, we're mad hard. 148 kills for the Metal Mage now. I'm gonna have you turn and just light these guys up as they come on in. They're trying to blast in at us with some archers. Goblins, Black Orcs. We'll just move around. I'll have the most elite, or the most healthy group go after the goblins in the back line. You Jade Warriors, move up. They're trying to push past you into our equipment. She's both dastardly and clever. Cannons are facing the wrong direction, which is lovely. Goblins are dealt with. Move up and claim the zone. We'll have the Peasant Horsemen charge in on these Orc boys here that are already wavering. We'll use the Lion to help out. Crows get up over here. Then we'll just have this group of Jade Warriors be our last line of defense if we need it. I don't want the rifles. Let's grab the crossbow teams, move them up. Halberds, you also advance. I'm not sure what the plan is. Just try to press through our lines. Metal Mage, do your stuff. Alright, there was quite a few of them back in this back group here, so let's go ahead and pull our lances away. They're keen on at least dealing with that group. Crossbows are starting to run out of ammo, so let's go ahead and jump on the platform to replenish. We'll do another platform here to also keep replenishing up ammo. They're really not sure what to do with their ancillary troops here. That group's gone. Let's get the Peasant Horseman moving outside to deal with this group of goblins. We'll have the Celestial Lion come lend his leadership penalties to the fight. Grand Cannons are still facing the wrong direction. It's very useful. Bring those warriors in. Lances get back up the hill there. Although it looks like they're bringing the rest of their forces in this way too. Or metal spells. We'll just see how many she kills she's up to now. It is probably a pretty horrifying amount. Our metal mage is up to 242 slain. Which is fantastic. Land in the middle of these archers. We can break them just by flying over the top of them. Same thing with these crows, we can move them forward a bit. They're still keeping some of their black works in the back line. Just keep them worried about it. Keep dropping the metal spells on wherever the black works are located. Use the non-upgraded version, that way it's easier for us to actually target. You guys move in to replenish some ammo. There's a lot of broken orcs. We'll slow them on down. And they're leaving their last guys in the back here. What a good strategy. More white flags for the Green Menace. We'll put in another explosive tower and watch them run for the hills. Rotate the cannons just a bit there so they should be able to fire on either side. The Lion lands. Terror should be taking effect. Scares off that whole blob. Beautiful. That's the end. And now we can run down the rest of his forces with impunity. Really bad day to be an orc. We lost almost nothing but except for a few brave frontliners. A fantastic battle. Catch you in a moment. And indeed a close victory. And no, a horde of shouty mushrooms was never going to match the power of harmony. Well done, men and women of Cathay. 300 kills going to our fantastic Jade Lancers there, followed by our Metal Mage with 272. We will go ahead and venerate to the ancestors and see if Grimgore's still willing to fight.
You shall never have our respect. Go, before you incur the Celestials' deadly wrath.
I thought he was about to say, go before you incur the Celestial Daddy's wrath. Which, fair. When Khorne wanes, his brothers counsel peace to work their own plots. I mean, we could have peace there, Mr. Scaling, but you're still fighting all of my allies, so... although we'll never meet, peace shall not find your shores. Oh, I saw an Ogre Kingdom, so do we get a caravan thing? Hide Striker. Defeating Grimgore gives us 10 extra armor, and then more armor-piercing damage, of course. Aang is now a Constructor, which is lovely. Glad you're not destroying things. Thethys is out doing his best to spread nonsense. We shall go ahead and grab the Inspired presence there. And then let's go for Inspired Marksmanship and Defense when throwing down with the Greenskins. Zhao Kang, I believe you're over in Lustria. So let's give you... What's tactical prowess? Extra leadership aura size, then we can move on through... Ooh, these are great. Absolutely.
An upper hand, indeed.
Indeed. For who, we'll give him trading and then a tactician as well. Honestly, all of his passives that increase leadership for our peasants will be great for throwing hands of the greenskins. Yuan Bo will give him better movement range. This alchemist is with a fire caster. Does the flaming metallurgy actually give them fire attacks? We should try to work together with this and see if we can't give the Luminarch lens over here for maximum fire damage.
Be on guard.
This alchemist will give the increased mobility ×2. And then we'll probably shift on over towards Plague of Rust for sniping down big mean targets like Grimgore. Raiding a win where we can as well. We've got lots of ancillaries to try to pass out with all of our new heroes. Our empire has become quite vast. Oh, poor Crusher. Time to die. A close victory. We'll give this one the auto-resolve, but we know it'd be... Youch. Much better than that, for sure. We'll go ahead and execute these captives. Try to get up as much experience as we can for them. And then now with that, we can't really move to defend the Veil of Titans because of how weakened Qing is, although we might be able to move in. Front line is just very weak. Yeah, we'll have to hold back this time. But we'll hold back while also setting up an ambush.
Acceptable.
We won't do much replenishment at all, will we?
There is wisdom.
We'll just have to hope that the Veil of Titans can hold on.
I'd rather eat a squeak.
Well, they definitely can't. That is a loss. Can you reach? No. And I would still like to try to take more from them than worry about defending our own weakened lands. So we'll move the Iron Dragon in after Vicious, and Fang can go with.
It shall be effortless.
We'll surround, and then we'll go ahead and bring in the cavalry.
Wind Shaper.
We'll have Zhao Ming sack the settlement, and then we'll just go ahead and... There we are. Claim it this next turn.
We shall prevail.
See if we can't convince Grimgore to do any preparing.
Claw these animals.
Claw these animals. So we'll just have Feng Liang drop into channeling stance. And Zhao Ming, you can sprint up here towards the Titan's Notch once more.
Alchemist.
We're joining up. Let's see if there's any kind of greenskin nonsense up here further to the north. Which it looks like for now we've been pretty aggressive and pushed them back. Beautiful. Pass out some skills then. Strange alchemy would be awesome for more alchemists. Let's just go ahead and grab his arcane conduit then, just so he's got a little bit more power recharge. Lovely.
Master of Feng
For
Shui.
this Astromancer, we will grab... We'll just try to continue down his spell list as much as we can here. So let's go Evasion and get towards the Comet and Chain Lightning.
Shaper of the
This
Eight
Gate Master will go for
Winds.
Tactician, Training, and Will of the Dragons.
Cathay Eternal.
For Qing, the Lord Magistrate, let's go ahead and start working on the healing of his lads. We'll do Blade Master for his Gate Master.
Jamon favored us this day.
And then since we are dealing with this many greenskins, I said we're going to go for the Plague of Rust, but let's keep working on dealing with their hordes. And we'll have our archers to deal with things like Grimgore. Because the normal orc boys are not, or orc war bosses aren't nearly as tanky. Scales of the Celestial Court. Would prefer this be on one of our actual noble heroes, or lords. Give you the Terrifying Mask of E just in case anyone closes the gap. Dragonbane Gem, because that's all we really have. We are also out of luck kind of on our ancillaries as well. Does Zhao Ming have himself a water snake?
An appealing experiment.
He does. Give one more of our water snake breeders out.
Get out of my mind.
No real steel actions that I'd like to use here, but we do want to start moving them over so we can get yet another commercial district. We're at 20,000 predicted income, so we need to start actually using this on our good buildings here. So get the Jade Barracks up. Let's go for the Yen Lodge and the Pagodan Walls here. Still waiting on lots of the upgrades. I saw a comment that was asking why we hadn't gotten all of our units yet. Well, I get distracted quite aggressively, especially when playing this campaign. Split starts are not good for keeping me honest and on track. We assaulted the garrison for no real reason. Good job, bud. Get you training and we'll have you join back up with you, squad.
For the Imperial family.
Could come on out since the garrison's now assaulted. Sack it and run. Just keep being a menace. Let's go extra range on these shotguns there, because I'm real curious how much we can get. 108, huh? That's cool, but it's nowhere near as cool as what we can probably get on some of our crossbows. 235 or 203. Fantastic. We'll give this one to the auto resolve. Thank you kindly. Sack it once more. Force them to keep expending those resources.
General.
And then you fall back to the Dragon Gate. We've become the Jade Bullies. I'm not going to upgrade the walls in any of these settlements, but let's pop into our province tab here. And anytime it asks me to upgrade walls, I'm going to ignore it. Especially if it's in the Mountains of Morn. Here at Zanshi, I absolutely will throw in the orchards. Upgrade all the little smaller ancillary buildings there. Same thing here with the merchant caravans. We'll do the stonemasons workshop. And a lot of the reason we're not quite putting in our most elite units is we don't have all of our tier 5 buildings yet. Or our tier 5 provincial capitals. Chiyama's Rest, we can grab the kilns, and we still have a ton of money left. Skeggy will upgrade where we can. Here at the Wastelands, I'm thinking an upgraded the walls in Chiang is actually a pretty good call, with the onslaught of undeath we've been dealing with. Let's not assault the garrison, but we'll come on over and keep an eye on them. Really, there's nothing here. I'll leave you, like, next to the Knobbly Gorge then, that way we can assault the garrison if we need to. I'm gonna do it anyway just for the experience, because we have so much gold. If you succeed, we get even more experience. Awesome. Well, let's go for Bandolier then for more ammo. Ooh, take it back immediately. Or to hit, so we can be a tank.
We are in need.
We are in need.
Natural authority.
You got the Moonbird coming on in. Yongkang is retreating back to Wiley Village. I think we can actually have her go across the seas and help out over there in Lustria. We'll just build up another force here, so you, Yongkang, sprint on over to Daicheng, that way we can send you out through this one, which pops you out down here in the southern port of Lustria. Southern part, not port. Now we can immediately start tearing apart Rakarth's empire from behind. Just as Slanesh intended. Oh really, you've claimed the Star Tower, this makes it easier. Mine? Who are you at war with?
I cannot guarantee
Just
your
Itza?
safety.
Well, I can't guarantee yours either, my friend. Especially after I make this deal with the lizards. I'll join your war with the Awakened, and you give me whatever gold you've got. I don't really want any deals with you, I just want your money. The omens are good. We accept. That, just by saying Sotek, you said all of that? Such a, efficient language Saurian is. We can start making deals with Cetra? Indeed. The secondary King of Kings. Give me your money, fool. The Tomb Kings are always happy to come to the assistance of the lesser races. My friend, I will purge your realm with fire. 42 gold for a defensive alliance, and now we can get Tomb Kings units. Go ahead and see what kind of outposts we have here. So Black Pyramid of Nagash. You've already claimed the Black Pyramid, have you? Well done. Qatar has some pretty awesome units. I'd rather it not be a minor settlement, though. Numas also minor. Black Tower of Arkan has fallen. Oh, we could just drop one in Kimry. Perfect. An outpost at the Kingsglade would be amazing. Get us some Wood Elf units. Ice Court has reclaimed Kislev, so let's go ahead and drop a outpost in here. Help them defend it. And then we've got Lengi for our option. There's too many enemies around. I don't trust that one at all. Bretonia's not doing well. We can try our best to help out, though. Whole bunch of new outposts going in.
Of the meteor wind.
And now Yuan Bo, we move on the Star Tower. Who would have thought it'd be so easy to claim? We can give it just a clear victory there. Let's see if there's any kind of stone and steel actions we can use. Winds of Magic cooldown. Let's just go for some line operations on Yuan Bo. Allow him to keep moving after claiming the Star Tower. Beautiful. Now we also have more ammunition. So the Grace of Kuai Yin is going to be launching 35 Avalorn crossbow bolts. So lovely. Alright, we'll just give this to no auto-resolve. We will charge in and claim the Star Tower. No siege towers needed here. Alright. Else we're assaulting a elven settlement. One that's quite dark. Alright, Hot Topic Elves, are you ready? We want to be arrogant here, but not so much that we lose the battle. So here's the plan. Let's set the... I think our crossbow teams can fire on the enemy before they can even do anything. What's our range on these guys? 184? Not quite as terrifying as Satang Squad, but still quite something. Try to pull all the lads back so we're not getting blasted apart by these elven towers, because they are at least going to be throwing, it looks like, javelin tier ammunition, which is never a good time. Grace of Kuai Yin behind you. Just gonna make it a bit more of a clumpy formation. I didn't see any mortars. We'll keep our lads back far enough that Yuan Bo and our other Astromancer can move in and do some serious damage. Lions and all of our other flyers back behind.
The celestial faithful.
We'll have these guys mostly coming in from over here. Let's go Drum up front. Jade Warriors also ready to lock shields and defend their missile brethren. Halberds, which hopefully will get some use here. Alright, we've got so many flyers, we should be able to move right on in and start doing some serious damage. Love the animations on the Moonbird. Alright, let's get everyone in their groups. Single entities up. Frontline infantry, crossbows, flyers. Get you guys a little bit further away so they're not getting shot up by all of those towers right off the bat, and battle begin. Yuan Bo, you move in right away to go after the gatehouse. Send the lion. We need to go after the other flyers. Dodge what you can there, buddy. We'll go after the Staff of Wujing just to kind of build up our wins a bit. Let's go after the enemy flyers. Deal with these deck droppers. A lot of rifle fire. Let's go ahead and try to defend yourself as much as we can. Not a good feeling, though. We'll just use some Blossom Wind to blast through this back line. That way they get blinded. Go after these hand cannons. We're going to do it with a little bit of cleverness. We wanted to help you on Bo. We'll have you unleash some chain lightning. Crush them. Move fast. They're getting torn apart by those towers. For another Blossom Wind, we'll try to get it to bounce around a couple times. Down them quickly, lads, and then we'll move to go after any of the other rifle teams. Well, I bounced a couple times there. That was awesome. Now, where's my Astromancer? You get over the top as well. We're going to use your fire here in a second. And activate your roar. Realize our front line is being shot up. Let's see if we can't go for more armor. Then we'll bring everyone in. Pros are having a little bit of trouble. Let's get them back up in the air. Astromancer, you drop down your awesome ability there. Stops him from moving, but we can still use lightning. The moon flame go, although it's being quite mean to our own units. Come on, Yuan Bo, get through these gates. Work together on these polearm deckhand mob. They stand no chance there. Astromancer, you go ahead and land. Start doing your thing. On the Moonbird, he's pretty dangerous. Drop that armor down to 0. Still not through the gates. Almost, though. Swoody swoody, the Jade Dragon comes for thee. Now they break before we even get through their gatehouse. Knock knock, Mo Suckra. Battle is ours. They might have 1 or 2 guys back here in the back. We'll see in just a second. And that's it. And a quick leg sweep. Makes you wonder, did they claim the Star Tower from Itza, or was it from their previous, what would normally be their allies with the Skaven? Either way, a few new items are ours, but we still have to upgrade it up to tier 3 before we can do anything else, which is very sad. Our enemy's doing a very bad job of upgrading their settlements. We'll go for an additional point into Chain Lightning to drop the cooldown by 50% and the Winds of Magic cost by 3. Then we can definitely set up here for a turn and replenish very quickly. Could we grab some Longbeards from Kareza Karak? And would it matter? 4830, 4932. They're not. There's no veterancy under these Longbeards at all, though. So let's do it. We can't recruit Longbeards in yet. I'd very much like to replace our Jade Warrior line with the Dawi. Nothing for Kimri, Talzin, or the Ice Court just yet, so we'll have to wait. None of the cool units are available for us at the moment. So we stay here in the Star Tower. Harkins over here in Axolotl. A very strange layout here for how things have played out. The Empire is on the run, and we've got Rakarth and Maewyn moving likely towards the Isle of Crimson Skull. Have you joined back up with Jianhuo? You guys will hold the line. Go for Archer Towers here because we do have Rakarth on the horizon. There's no telling what he's going to be up to. Do the same thing here in Skeggy because of all of... Oh, look, there's Fisha, Faded Shield. Stay here in the Ziggurat. I think Skeggy can hold itself. Yeah, no problem. Shunhei, let's move up through the outside of Ulthuan here so we can try to find us some new allies. And indeed, new allies we shall have. Only Greece wants to trade, though.
Do you know who I am?
Bordelo's keen on some kind of military pact. And for the time being, I'm willing to go for this.
Bow before the rightful lords of the realm.
I can slip on the Jade Mask at any time and finish off Bordelo, so we'll use them as a shield. We'll also try to get some good cavalry from them. Thrice Cursed Peak. Well, they've made it all the way down here, have they? Shakwa and then Brigone. We'll just go ahead and slot the outpost in Brigone, which is a minor settlement, but it's on the coastline and pretty far away from any of their enemies. Hopefully, we don't lose our outpost. Back into what we can upgrade. Still going to ignore anything that is not in Cathay or Lustria. Is Jinwu close to any enemy lines? Looks like the answer is a hefty no, so I'm going to go ahead and destroy the walls there in place of probably some control buildings. Here at the Wellsprings, let's go ahead and slot in. Actually, a really tough call. Don't really want to take it out of harmony because of what it is currently. So we will leave this unbuilt for now.
General.
May not be a bad idea, though, to get Qianwo up and moving towards the Blood Hall.
March with speed.
So we'll have you go into march across the ocean. Want to make sure how far the elves can move. The cars can move a long ways. Only to here in normal, though.
Definitely not.
Attention.
We'll move to about the Turtle Shallows. And then hopefully try to come ashore here at the Wellsprings of Eternity. And then we'll start recruiting up another army here at the Isle of the Crimson Skull, because we can easily afford it. So we've already got a Lord and Magistrate. Let's plop in... Spellcasters are awesome, aren't they? Let's go for a Celestial General, though. I do enjoy the hammer. I'm thinking applying a great big bonk to most Dark Elves is going to be what we really need. Let's go train with Yuan Shan Gongliang. Which, if we want to make him part of Yuan's line, he will be now just Yuan. No Yuan Shan.
Celestial General.
Inspiring Presence, Root Marcher, and then we'll grab... Let's move down the blue line to start. Let's go Control.
You would turn down such weaponry.
You would turn down such weaponry. Give you the scales of the Celestial Court as our newest royal bloodline. Go Silk Weaver for less attrition. Not the strongest, but we'll take it. Sword Master for a little bit of upkeep production. And then a Water Snake Breeder.
With that, I would lead more effectively.
We sure hope.
I will make a soldier out of every
Alright, so we've got pretty good options here. Let's get one Wujing Compass. Actually, I take it back, because the Wujing Compass we can just get a new hero pretty easily. Going in for another Astromancer. Oh, we're actually maxed out for once. Alright, well then let's go for... Global, we could get a couple of Celestial Dragon Guard, but they're going to take 4 turns to recruit. So let's just go for normal Jade Warriors for now. So let's go Jade Warrior Crossbow Shields. I am going to switch the Edict over to Fire Dragon's Edict so we can actually build up some soldiers.
Celestial
Then through Global, can we get any gunpowder units? Really, no gunpowder, except for Iron Hail. Really do need to do some upgrading to our forces. Let's do Jet Lions. We can get them through that province too, but they're very cheap. I think that's going to be the call. Yuan Mao, you stay here in Liju for a turn or two. Fu Chao has more.
General.
We need to move on the Li Temple, don't we?
Shugengan Lord reporting.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Let's have you come on out.
First among warriors.
Not replenishing much,
Rest.
but I think if we really need to, we could just kind of come on in and use our allied recruitment to give him some also Dawi frontline. Replace these Jade Warriors. The only lad who hasn't been moved is Jian Jiang, which will come on up to Ziggurat of Dawn, or the Golden Ziggurat, to steal some more tech. Chiang hasn't been moved. We'll have you plop back into Chiang then, and get us some more troopers. You can get Celestial Dragon Guard here. Let's get 1 for the front line. In fact, we'll kick out these 2 Jade Warriors. Let's make it 3 Dragon Guard for the front line. We'll switch this over to the Fire Dragon's Edict as well to start recruiting. Awesome. We're going to skip over to kind of building upgrades. And let's come on over to Yuan Bo and in the turn. The longest turn. They're going to keep getting more and more girthy.
I have made time for you. Now do not waste it.
Non-aggression pact with Gorok for 1,000. Since they have lost so much land, I'm not really as threatened by them as I normally would be, so we'll just go ahead and take this pact as well. And the Veil of Titans is next on the assault list. We'll go ahead and give this one to the auto-resolve, as Muck Wolf Herda flows over the settlement like water.
2 orcs in Zheng Yang's name.
Whether he said 2 orcs in Zhen Yang's name. Yeah, no, the loss of 1 crappy mountain pass is no concern to me. Several of our allies, or our heroes, are now able to move a little bit further. They looted a little bit of gold out of there. Spearmint 646. And by putting ego to one side and working together, there's no limit to the innovations the outcast sorcerers of the House of Secrets might devise. By joining the Astromantic Choir. We now need to raid the Blood Hall. We'll send Yuan Bo immediately here after Fuming Serpent. Pick this into orbit. Oh, there's no one here. Don't mind if I do. This volcano must have exploded and dealt with all the Skaven here. Let's go for as much growth as possible by popping in a tea parlor. Arkin is going to try to come on over and take back the Star Tower, but I'm not really very concerned about that at all. Crazy Arkin can do whatever he wants.
Leader of men.
Let's upgrade Crimson Skull up to tier 5. Finally. Where are the Dark Elves off to? They're off to invade Ulthuan again. See if it works for you this time. Karth has now been pushed back into the Blood Hall, so we will then come out with
For the Imperial family.
the other Imperials.
For Grand Cathay.
Go about as far as Karth is capable of. Just gonna follow them in. And if they go after the Blood Hall and surround him, we may just go all the way past and go after the Great Turtle Isle and claim the settlement we need.
I desire their research.
Be a complete feint. It should work out pretty well.
General of the
Yuan Gan Liang, let's give you... I like the idea for 1 Moonbird, Jade Lion, and then more crossbows. Really, we do want you to keep defending Ziggurat of Dawn. -2 there, negative or plus 10. So let's come on over to Hexawaddle and get the control a little bit more in the positive. For our next technology, we've got Blessed Temple Guardians. More armor for Jade, Jet, and Celestial Lions, as well as 10% more speed. Range and replenishment for Yang. Devastating flanker for our cavalry, which would be awesome. We're not using a lot of them, but it's going to be mostly effective over there in all of our garrison settlements. More movement range for Yen by 10%. Only 2 additional armor-piercing damage for Dragon Shrapnel. That's pretty... That is incredibly meh. Then more ammunition for crossbows. Stock for archers, replenishment by 15%. Yeah, let's go for... The Jade Veteran facility is awesome. Let's go for the Blessed Temple Guardians here. Give all of our lions 15 more armor and 10% more speed.
Even now, we learn.
Even now. Yuan Mao, can we move on the Li Temple without losing any soldiers? Yeah, it's very lightly defended.
Serve from the front.
I'm willing to sacrifice some peasant long spears. All the greater good, of course. We don't even have to.
Order, not pain.
Ah, diggity. Land reclaimed for Cathay. And his Astromancer now gets to fly around in a giant bird. Good on ya. Let's go spread control, and then we'll kind of finish off the spellcasting line.
First among
All we need now is Shi Wu. Let's grab Tea Parlor here to increase our growth a bit. Tower of Ashung up to a tier 2 settlement.
Dragon-blooded Shugunga.
I will be obeyed.
Let's send them both after Shi Wu, but I really don't think we have to. So let's send Yongkang up to Dai Cheng for 1 turn of replenishment. And then we'll move her out across the seas.
Power in
You
the
can replenish
blood.
and get some allied recruitment from the northern provinces. Well, storm rocket batteries are insane. 16, gonna take all that we have left. I also want the Outriders with grenade launchers quite badly. Let's do the Hellstorm rocket batteries. They are the best. Then we can do... He doesn't have them, sadly enough. So we're a bit limited. Might as well save everything else. She's going to be there for 2 turns.
Service is every Cathayan's duty.
That's just fine. Here, Fu Hung, let's go for that upgrade of the Die Maker. 21,000 is just too small of a number.
Commander of the great city.
Zhen Wu, we're completely in balance right now, so I think we're going to want to save on checking in any more buildings for now. We'll upgrade the control.
Celestial General.
Zatan trying to lure us into the Dragon's Crossroad. I can just keep stacking it, though.
Gate Master.
So I'm not really concerned by what you're up to. We'll have you surround. Stack the Dragon's Crossroad again. Just to be good and disrespectful.
War is upon us.
Let's bring Shuo Tang with us.
You have much to learn.
Quickly sack this and run. Once more. I mean, 2,000 just on the win is nice. Alright, so now you retreat back to the Dragon Gate. It's still being built.
Servant of the Dragons.
Alright, so I'm playing it straight through, but there is definitely, you can likely hear it this time, there's definitely jets flying right overhead. We are going to go ahead and grab Disciplinarian for what we have going in here. We need to keep the Bastion settlements.
Serve from the front.
Although I don't know if they actually have to worry about control. We'll see that in just a moment. Before going for Metallurgy, let's go Eyes in the Sky for even more range. This is for Sky Lantern and Sky Junk units. I should have probably read that earlier on. You get more recruit rank for all of our bow units, but they don't actually get any range. That's for your aerial boys. So maybe we want to go for just more Celestial Quivers. Master of the Stone Legions, oh, absolutely. So 6% more ammunition for the whole army, and then a 5% base damage increase, up to 15% of each. Magical ammunition isn't subject to quite the same restrictions as solid equivalent, except when the winds blow weaker across the field of battle. Shuo Tang, we can just give him a quick tactician. Help us reload a little bit faster.
The dragon's love is in doubt.
Dragon's love is in doubt. We'll zoom around and upgrade as many of these buildings as we can here. Longchang can go up to tier 3, absolutely. Nothing else we have claimed just yet. Let's go just growth in Fuchao. Alright. So to get only 1 stone token, but a few are coming on in, and we've got, looks like just 1 more turn to wait. And then we could immediately rush the construction on one of our buildings here. It'd be great to get enough growth for this town, but I think it's going to be a long time. So let's go ahead and recruit up a new lord to hold the line. I don't think we have very many yin lords, so let's go for Yufu. Welcome back.
Dragon-blooded sugar.
How did the AI upgrade you? You've got the Bound Flock of Doom. Perfect. Inspiring recruitment is not my favorite, but it'll work out when we need to build her up an army. And then she's got currently Sure Aim and Unyielding. So let's just go for Fast Hands here in a moment. We'll start off with Missile Mirror to try to block Harkin's rifle shots back at him.
A tool worthy of a dragon.
Alright,
I expect
give you a couple
loyalty,
archers.
efficiency, and harmony.
And we'll pop in the Fire Dragon's Edict here so she can recruit up as many archers as possible. We will basically just have Yuan Bo smash through Lustria and go after the final icon spot here. Great Turtle Isle will do the same thing up with Chanwo.
First among warriors.
So Feng Liang, you go ahead and claim
Dragon's
Yeti Peak.
command.
They need it not. I'll resolve that one. We almost lose our Gate Master and our Lion. Go ahead and occupy this.
Will know war.
They will know order. or else. We do now have a straight shot into our own settlement, though, so let's see if we have any other elite dragon-blooded or otherwise we can summon on in. Perfect questioner, martial artist. Let's go for the distinguishing scar here with Shui Fan. He's going to drop enemy leadership by 2 in the local region, which is always one of my favorites. He's incredibly expensive to keep for her upkeep, but that's just fine. Let's go Route Marcher, Inspiring Presence, Jet, Yin. Missile Mirror isn't as useful against enemy green skins, so we'll just go for, I'm thinking Storm of Shadows to slow them down. Blossom Wind, and we'll just move on through to Talons of Night. Then she will throw in also whatever she can, so crossbows sound perfect. On Newport, no upgrades for us here.
City command.
And we've got 1 additional slot for us. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got aerial advantage against any kind of dire bats. Dire bats can wreak pretty obnoxious havoc on your crossbow lines.
Rebels!
Repons.
Through me.
But I threatened there to be in our confederation. We won't. So -3 means it's going to be very soon.
Favored.
Unflinching. What?
It's of alliance with Hawkland. Surprising every time they come back. We've got Thorek throwing down with Libaris. He doesn't like Kimri, so we should probably ignore Thorek.
Is it time?
Is it time? She also doesn't like Kimri. Maybe we can make Leoness? No, I think we've already signed our side here by joining with Cetra. I will go ahead and grab a non-aggression pact and a military access and trade, though, with Rapons. See if we can't make them buddies forcibly.
Bow to me.
We'll get in trouble if we have to break any of these agreements, though. Let's see if anyone else has to move. Oh, indeed. Qing at the Maw Gate. Let's go ahead and keep replenishing. I'd love to come out and go into an ambush, but then we're not replenishing nearly enough. We could just go for the immediate upgrade at the Isle of... Crimson Skull here. Our most elite units in. Let's do it. Rush construction, 7 turns, no. Nay, nay, I say now. That'll finish both of these. Beautiful. Now we've got ourselves some cleansing water, a spell shield, a sword of strife, and we've completed the mightiest fortress mission.
Celestial
Awesome stuff. So we'll go ahead and grab the seaport here for more naval movement range. What else are we really missing? We're in harmony, so we may have to punishment rate for Yang units in all armies or Yin units in all armies. Yin units actually usually lose less. So let's go for the conscription office of Yang. That's all of our infrastructure buildings we can put in. Yeah, I don't think that one is going to count. It's a defensive one, but it's also not one that's going to help us out all that much. So let's go for the Sky Lantern Lookout building. And then we'll see about swapping this lumber mill out for something else to kind of keep us in harmony. Alright then. And Shing, you stay here.
This way lies
In and out of the Maw Gate, we'll just go for Yin for more replenishment.
Gate Master.
You will take to this set of crossroads, keep an eye on things.
Dragon-blooded Shogunga.
Pass some skill points on out. This Shogun is all sorted in terms of her own spells, for the most part here. Let's start working on the blue line then. Drop that upkeep. Here we'll go more control. And we'll keep clearing out the mountains.
the Iron
Zhao Ming.
Dragon.
Move to the edge of friendly territory here, and we'll have Jiwan try to steal some tech. Realized it absolutely would be, because you'd be out of
dragon would have
Be completely out of gold.
Xiao Ming. Ruler.
So you're not doing any replenishment. Let's fall back into the Titan's Notch. Well, not great. It's better than 0. Yuan Bo.
Of Wuxi.
And our final turn here for this episode.
Did you need something?
You need something. He wants to trade. Still currently trading with the Blue Roses and Clan Rictus. He has too many treaties with people that Imric doesn't like, but if we started trading with them, then we might be able to turn that around. Yeah, I like making money. Alright, 1,000 miles have moved on in. I didn't think you could actually reach us. Someone was off hiding. Gonna give us a close defeat. I can't wait. This should be a proper battle. So we've got 168 range on our crossbows. He has 125 with a lot less damage. Of course, by a lot less, I mean by 2. That's what you get. We've got all sorts of answers for his units. The only thing that I see over here that's very, very scary is going to be the Feral Carnosaur. We will take to the field in the next episode. I am out of time for today, though. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Yuan Bo episode. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the sub, though. See you all in the next one.